Alright, what's good, y'all? It's Ice Skizzy. Without further ado, World Movies Part 7. Let's get it. Alright, so now the first movie we got is Knowing. Now, Knowing stars Nicolas Cage, right? This movie could have came out, I don't know, maybe 2009-ish, around there. And this movie is about global, like, catastrophes and, like, tragedies where, like, basically, 50 years in the past, there was these students. They did like a time capsule thing. Now, one of the students, I guess she was like either possessed or something was over her when she was just writing a sequence of numbers down on this paper. And basically, come to find out, 50 years later, when they reopen the time capsule, Nicolas Cage's son gets the paper with all the numbers on it, and basically he goes home and he's looking at it, and then like he's just like, son, it's time to go to bed. Like, yo, it's nothing. So he ends up coming across the paper again, and then like he puts his mug on it and it stains it, so he wipes it off. He's looking. So then he goes to like a board, he's writing the numbers down. The first numbers he get is like September 11th, 2001, right? 01. So it's like 091101. So then, and then it has the death toll. So he looks it up. So then he keeps going. So now he's on like a whole trail of like fucking just flabbergasted that like this paper has all these sequences that happened already and to come. So he's trying to stop shit from happening and stuff like that. And you know, at first it goes off like people think he's just like conspiracy theorists, like, yo, bro, like, you're bugging, bro. You just need some rest. You need to relax. Like, shit starts happening, bro. Like, people start dying and the paper's correct. And like, you know, he's just on trying to figure it out what's happening next, because there's a part where like it's not finished. So the little girl never finished the whole paper because her teacher had took it from her. So long story short, that movie is one of those good movies because, like, we know a lot of these catastrophes that we see, where we see thousands of people dying, hundreds of thousands of people dying, these things are already preordained. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, these things are already happening. So with that being said, I don't want to stay too long on Knowing, but that's number one on the list. Let's get it. All right, now, woo, this movie right here is a new movie that I recently just came across. Shout outs to J Marv. Shout out to my son J Marvelous. You feel me? If y'all looking for certain type of information, J Marvelous is also one of them guys. You feel me? The Boys from Brazil. Woo. Alright, now this movie's about cloning, right? Now, and this movie is basically, and this movie came out in the 70s. This movie's about basically they're cloning, it's about cloning. It's like this, you know, the evil mad scientist, right? He fucking reincarnated Hitler. Long story short, that's what I'm gonna tell y'all. This fucking motherfucker cloned Hitler, right? And in the movie, there's like a detective guy that's trying to, like, you know, there's some kid that try to tell him like, yo, they're cloning people and da-da-da. And then midway through the conversation, he dies. Like, they come to the apartment, they kill this little nigga, you feel me? Because he bugged their crib, like he tapped their crib. He already knew they was doing foul shit. So boom, they kill him, they get the tape, and the guy that he was on the phone with, like, he just like, hello, and he felt like something was up. So after that, he's just been on a trail to like figure out what's going on. Now, this evil motherfucker that I told y'all, he cloned Hitler. So basically, in order to clone someone and have them be like the same type of person they was, you have to literally put them in the same circumstances that they were prior in that life that they was before. So you can even clone, basically what this movie teaches you is that you could clone someone that's dead, you could clone someone that's alive, you could clone whatever, as long as you have some type of DNA for that person or whatever it is, some type of data, you could clone them and make them the exact same way, the same person, same era. They break it down in this whole movie. They tell you exactly how it's done, and this is in the 70s. We in 2023, remember? So long story short, the little baby Hitler that he has, right, you have to put him in the same thing. So basically, Hitler, I guess, grew up with a single loving mother, so they put him in with a single mother. They put him where like he had dogs. You feel like they put him in the whole same exact how Hitler grew up, the original Hitler. The clone Hitler, they basically put him in the same type of environment, because in order for it to work properly, they have to go through the same type of traumas and the same type of shit for it to work. That movie is wild. Y'all gotta see that shit, bro. If you into cloning and shit like that, watch that. That shit is, I ain't gonna, I was like, whoa, this is deep. But yeah, that's number 2. The Boys from Brazil. Look, it's free on you. By the way, Knowing, I think it's free on YouTube. Y'all can check that out, because I know I'm always giving y'all the drop. The Boys from Brazil, free on YouTube. Check that out, bro. Please check that. That shit is good. I ain't gonna lie. Now, the next movie that I have on the list is a movie called Dogma, right? And this shit got like Ben Affleck, Chris Rock. You feel me? Shout out to Chris Rock, bro. You should have weaved that slap. Who else had got in it? Bro, a lot of people, bro. The Jason Bourne. What's his name again? The guy that plays Jason Bourne, like the Bourne guy. He's in there. But long story short, this movie's about 2 angels that fell from heaven and on Earth now, right? And they like have they got like human bodies, but they're trying to gain their way back into heaven. So what they doing, they trying to do like a bunch of righteous acts. So they going around and like they killing people that's like committing like not like I guess adultery or like foreign, like people that's cheating on their wives, or like people that's like pedophiles, or people that's like, you know, just doing immoral shit. He's clean, yo. He's killing you, bro. Both. And that movie's so funny, but that movie I heard was banned everywhere, because at the time in 1999 when it came out, I heard it was so controversial that a lot of people was like upward about it, because you know they kind of like, you know, was disrespecting Jesus and stuff like that. You feel me? So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that movie is really good, because there's a deep message inside that movie. And that movie pushed the envelope a lot, because just how like they were trying to get back into heaven, and how like when God came and like how everything was working, it kind of shows you like it was basically just showing you how if certain things were to happen, it would undo everything. So basically the movie's about if the 2 fallen angels, right, were to become human and were to go inside the church and walk through, they were supposed to walk under this thing, then they'll get cleansed of their sins and they'll be able to get accepted into heaven. Now, if that happened, that would basically prove God wrong, and it would basically undo everything. So literally everything in existence would cease to exist, because it would like shift the whole paradigm. You get what I'm trying to say? So like that's what would happen, and they was trying their best to stop this. They had apostles pull up. They had the voice of God. So basically there was this guy that came to this lady. She's basically like the descendant of Christ, this lady, right? And in her life, she just started to like lose her faith too, because she just like, you know, she couldn't have kids, so she kept saying like, yo, why God would do this, or why God, where was God for this, where was God for that? You know, the typical thing that made people kind of stop believing. So they put her on a mission to stop the 2 fallen angels to going into church and clearing their sins and then going to heaven, because that would have basically fucked the whole thing. Even with Satan too, that would have fucked up Satan too. So he didn't want that to happen either. Neither did God. So this whole movie is about stopping the 2 fallen angels from doing that. That movie's a good movie. I suggest that. It's one of those, bro. That movie is like so like raw. Like bro, it's funny, bro, because certain scenes are just legendary in there, and it's that movie. Shout out to whoever told me to check that movie out in the comments. I forgot who it is. If it's you, whoever suggested Dogma, shout out to y'all. Y'all suggest a lot of good movies in the comments, and I'm rocking with y'all. I'm doing them. I appreciate everybody. That's why I'm doing these, because I do these movies, they go up. You know what I'm saying? My first woke movies got like 11,000 views. I get those 2 years ago, but for me that was a big deal. So shout outs to y'all. There's a movie called Free Guy, right? So Free Guy is a movie that a couple of y'all requested in the comments. I know I had to do my best to find this movie, and like y'all said in the comments, it's like the Truman Show. If y'all haven't seen it, it's giving Truman Show vibes, right? So it's basically about living in a simulated reality where everything is fixed around you, except when this one, it's not a real guy. He's actually AI. He's actually a program in a simulated world, and he's starting to become conscious. Free Guy is basically about a AI starts becoming aware and wants to do more, but he's in like a simulated reality thing, right? And we all know it kind of was like that in Truman Show, but in our lives, if y'all believe in that we kind of live in a simulation, because like that's become a new theory now where people actually believe that we're in a simulation and everything is kind of like, you know, just being orchestrated, and like, you know, there's like NPC people, there's filler people, there's all types of shit, but it don't really be real shit going on. It's just like we're being observed. And I could see why people feel that way, because sometimes life feels like a simulation for real. Sometimes it feels like it's a video game, like life is really GTA. Because on the outside world, the girl starts kind of liking a AI, like inside the thing. That's like Black Mirror. All these things are like Black Mirror. People starting to fall in love with things that aren't sentient, with things that aren't that are soulless. But that's the future where we're heading. I'm saying we quote unquote we got like 7 years left on the planet until we're like annihilated. But Free Guy, it's a good movie. It's on HBO also. Dogma, by the way, Dogma is on YouTube. Catch that on YouTube. Just type in Dogma, it's gonna be there. The next movie that I got here is a movie called Fallen. Now Fallen is with Denzel Washington. Shout out to the people that commented Fallen in the comments. So I've actually seen this movie though, so I didn't really have to rewatch it. It's not really about, all right, Denzel's in it. He's like the main star, of course. But in this movie, I haven't seen it in a little bit, but there was like this spirit, this negative spirit that was going around in like a parasite, just attaching itself to people and was trying to essentially, like, it was just like a demon. It was just a demon that was just clinging itself onto people, and it was killing people. It was making people kill people. It was making people do all types of crazy stuff. And Denzel, he's trying to figure out what's the correlation between all these deaths and certain things happening to certain people, because it was leaving like a certain type of pattern. So in this movie, it was really weird, because this shit was just seeking certain vessels that were like weak and just go into you and possess you. So that's why that movie was just big on energies and being susceptible to certain things. Like, you really gotta walk around with like a spiritual armor now, because certain things can latch onto you, and you don't really know like what, you don't really know what's happening. You just like a vessel. That's why you gotta, you know what I mean, energy, don't be low vibrational. You gotta get your frequencies high. So when certain things that bother you, you gotta keep working on yourself. But Fallen is a good movie. Fallen is good. You have to see that. You have to see that. That shit is wild. And it's a good movie, because in the ending, Denzel is really going through it. Like, that scene in the end is a really good scene. Y'all should watch that. Y'all should watch that movie. No lie. Now, another movie I got on here is called Snowpiercer. Now, Snowpiercer is a movie about, and this is on Netflix, I believe. The world is basically frozen over, right? The world had come to a still. The world had come to an end. And in this new world, everyone lives on a fucking train. And this train is like so long, because literally, like I said, the rest of the people on the planet live on said train. So the train just goes around the planet. It just goes around. Basically, like every year, the train like makes a complete 360 around the world type shit. Starting from the back of the bus would be the people like me and you, the average Joe Schmo, you feel me? Poor, you feel me? Not rich, not just a regular human, you feel me? We're in the back eating bug guts, and people are like cutting off limbs and eating it to share with everybody. That's how bad it is back there. Now, the further up you get on this fucking train, the better it gets. And they got like nightclubs on this train. They got schooling. They got vegetation. Like, they're growing things. They got animals. They got parties, drugs, everything you could think of. Because the more you go up, is the more like, you know, it's like the more like the rich people, the more people that was like, you know, upper class. The back of the train gets fed up, and they start making a way towards the front of the train. Now, the front of the train is where like the drivers, that the master is. So they was trying to get there to like overthrow this whole shit. Now, going to the front is a mission, because they got guards, they got all types of shit that's ready for some stupid shit to happen. You feel me? in the end, it's not gonna be a lot of people here. You feel me? It's not gonna be a lot of people here. People think like Earth will be around forever. Like, y'all have to say that, because the whole world is like frozen over. I'm trying to tell y'all. And like, you know, the Captain America, he's like the main character in there. Who else? There's a couple other actors in there y'all gonna know, but Captain America, he's the main guy. I don't know his real name, but he's the main guy. And you know, shit like that. Check it out. It's on Netflix. Good movie. That's all I got for y'all in this video. I know I kind of ranted a lot. Y'all know how I feel about these movies, because these movies are not movies. These movies are documentaries. Now, I want y'all to comment down below and what y'all think I should name these videos I do, because the movie War, like I said, a lot of people commented under these videos and they're kind of confused. They don't know what's going on, because they're saying that these videos, that's not woke. Like I told y'all, the term woke, the meaning has switched on me. So I'm trying to kind of like, I want a new name. So what y'all think I should name them after this? Because like I said, this might be the last one, but I don't know, I might do more of these, because there's a lot more movies that I'm discovering that's heat that I gotta put y'all onto. Y'all let me know down below if y'all got any ideas of names for this video or whatever. I'll give y'all a shout out if y'all come out with a fire name or whatever. Like, come on, we all we got. We all we got. Ain't no one on YouTube really putting in on this shit like me anyway. That's why these shit start going up. But anyway, Ice Skizzy, I appreciate y'all. I'm out.